Like some all first verse shit.
Fat Boy, Damn I'm Wild.
Shout out to Damn I'm Wild.
Fat Boy, what's going on?
Shout out to Damn I'm Wild.
Damn I'm Wild.
Damn I'm Wild, man. Shout out to you, brother.
Shout out to Fat Boy, Damn I'm Wild.
Damn I'm Wild.
Check out Damn I'm Wild.
Man, Fat Boy, cook up.
Man, Fat Boy say, I respect the culture. I advise you niggas to do the same.
We're gonna do it a little different though. We're gonna start putting a little more energy into the up and coming names. I'm gonna start reviewing a lot more battles from the niggas that's trying to make a name for themselves in this culture. And we're gonna put some more respect on these niggas' name, man.
I'ma preach to him without preaching. Look, mind your business, or your mother gonna be crying and reaching. That's a baby. She ain't know that boy is crazy. In school with the 380, girl having the baby. He don't know what to do cause his pockets is shady. So that robbing spree sound kinda crazy. But the graveyard waiting on him. Street folks is praying on him. Enemies he got right now, then wish Satan on him. Stick up gone wrong. Nigga had the blazer on him, blazing on him, dick in the dirt. You can't save him, sure. Wildin' in the streets. Get up in the prison, then it's crying on the beat.
You can call me Fat Boy, man. AKA, I'm not in the NBA, but I am the two guard. AKA, I might not be the man. I'm probably not, but I'm right next to God. Shout out to you, and you. Don't adjust your volume, my nigga. I'm from Baltimore. The accent is just fucked up. You should already know. Let's just start the show. What up, y'all? It's your man, Fat Boy. Checking the fuck in, the same as always. I've been a little off the grid. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no shame in that. I took a little step back, but I'm here, man. I'm here. Like I said in the intro, we're going to do a lot more addressing the up-and-coming talent, try to put some shine on these niggas' names, get them niggas more light, have niggas talk about them a little bit more. So I'm in my bag for Swamp versus Don Marino. What I want to do with this, though, is not necessarily go out my way to define winners and losers. More of just like talk about what they can work on, the critique of what they do in these battles, what people do like, what people don't like, or more so just myself, and y'all jump in the comments and let me know what y'all think. What did you like? What didn't you like? What do you think some of these niggas need to change? Maybe they might read some of these comments and they might take some of that shit to heart. So, let's start here, man. Don Marino. It was a while back where Don was considered, I guess, one of the top names out here in the PG class. I was surprised to hear him say, shout out to Champion. My nigga Dree did an interview with him on Champion. He was saying he's going to be up to 20 battles after 2 more battles. So I want to address that, and I know that's not part of the battle per se, obviously, but I want to address that real quick. It factored into this battle. Don, I know that niggas paid you to battle Geechee Gotti. I understand that. And I know that Geechee Gotti is a big name in the battle rap culture right now, and it's a dope look to be able to battle Geechee. But it just don't, and it won't hit the same if it's not on URL. You cannot fall into the trap that JC did, and earlier in Ill Will's career, he fell into the trap of battling, like a lot of niggas have done. Fell into the trap of battling off URL against names in the culture that's a good look on URL. And I understand that battling them on URL is a more favorable look. And you might not necessarily be able to get that. But, bruh, you taking away from your big opportunities later down the line, battling these niggas that got names off URL. It's just not the move, yo. JC has lost a lot of big name fights that he could be having right now that he took early in his career off the lead. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to fall into that trap, bro. Don't make a habit of that shit. And it factored into this battle, if you ask me. I felt like he got into a pocket in this battle, especially in the first round, where he had some shots that was cool shots, but they wasn't heavy hitting. They wasn't landing as good as they could. And I feel like I've heard you say better shit. I've heard you write better shit. And it just wasn't hitting as good as it could have. not just with the crowd, but us, or at least me, watching from at home on my phone and shit. So you gotta be careful of how many battles you book in. I know you're like, oh, I've been working, I got 20 battles in, I'm trying to support my family and my whatever. Cool, I respect that, but it come at a price, bro. It come at a price. Look at what's happening to Twerk. Niggas is really catching this nigga recycling, and I'm not saying Don Marino is recycling. What I am saying is, yo, it comes at a cost where your content takes a hit, the level of content, and your star starts to diminish because niggas can see you any fucking where. You don't want that. You want to allow yourself to grow and blossom under the URL umbrella. I know that it's not always ideal and you're not going to get every look you want from URL, but you got to respect the process, man. It's some real Philly shit. Respect the process, bro. Let it happen. All right, so in this battle, though, Don Marino, I felt like your first round was easily your best round, and if you look at the score results down in the little score box on the URL app, you can clearly see that round was scored the closest of all the rounds, and I agree with that. I tend to agree that was your best round. It was the closest round. But like I said, it's a material. It just wasn't. It was shots in there that was good. None of it was really great to me. I'm not saying it wasn't good. It just wasn't great to me. I feel like this whole Mexican angle, and I hate to even say that it's a fucking angle. The man's Mexican, cool, but I'm not gonna lie. I do feel like it's overworked at this point. It was fire to me when you first came out. Reason being is, yo, I spent 10 years in Texas. I got a lot of Mexican homies. You know what I'm saying? So I understand the whole all we unwrapped on Christmas was tamales, and that shit was dope to me. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, fam, this nigga Swamp said, oh, well, it was just like your car. The clip was fully loaded. He already said some shit like that. Then he said, we squeezed 20 out the whip or some shit like that. And then you turned around and whereas though niggas probably thought you was choking, it seemed like you was trying to fit in a freestyle rebuttal in the middle of your round, and you stopped like you was trying to remember what you was going to open it up with, and then you ended up getting the line off, but it was some shit that he basically said twice already to you. So I don't know. Then it felt like you was kind of stumbling through that. That was all in the second round. It felt like you was trying to get back on track. Like the crowd not participating and not fucking with you heavy like that was kind of throwing you off in that second round. That's what it felt like to me. As far as Swamp in the first round, though, Swamp, I really like a lot of what Swamp does. One thing I notice about him is he has a good on-stage defense, much like a Goods or a Verb. They not flustered or bothered whatsoever by the shit you saying on stage. And when you say some shit they really don't fuck with, you can read it on their face. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, I like that on-stage defense. That's some veteran shit. He's already really good at it. He don't acknowledge. He's not up there smiling at your bars that land or dapping you and shit like that. Stick to that shit, my nigga. Don't acknowledge another nigga's shit. It's a battle. This ain't some friendly shit. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with that. To open your round, though, you took a shot at Surf. That's cool. The problem with it is, though, if you're going to take a shot at a vet, just come out the gate and say, fuck that nigga, or something like that. You basically tried to get a whole little thing off in that situation. It just didn't really land, bro. The crowd didn't rock with it. They didn't react to it. And I was sitting there listening like, all right, is it a punch coming to this shit? Not really. But then when you got into your round and you started landing shots on Don Marino, and I know Don Marino feel like, oh, it's just this nigga's, his accent. He tried to use that angle during the battle. We're going to talk about that. I know you feel like it's just his accent, or, they wanted him to win, or niggas was looking to only root for him. And yeah, he's a fan favorite, bro. So niggas is excited to see him, You know what I'm saying? And watch his development and all that other shit. And you didn't had a lot of battles. You said it yourself. So the newness is clearly in his favor. But the thing about Swamp is his believability is there. He can talk that shit. You know that street shit is going to work heavy. And your life, Don Marino, is a lot different from the life that Swamp lived. So when he talk it, it's a familiar talk. And fans just they're going to, you know, they're going to react to that shit a lot different than the way you deliver it. It's just a different type of shit. You know, like I said in the intro, you want to talk about niggas climbing the wall and shit like that. I'm just sitting there like, I mean, I get it, but I don't know why that's supposed to be fired. Because some niggas climbed the wall? Okay. Well, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I gave the first round to Swamp. I just felt like the content landed a little better. The thing about Swamp is he's still trying to figure it out. He got a lot of hits. I won't say a lot of hits. He got some dope hits, some shit that can be considered as a haymaker. But he also got shit where it's like, that shit didn't really go out the way he probably thought it was going to work when he wrote it.
I started to come to Miami and drop a bomb too. Dumbass nigga would have needed a new crib like K-Shine and Don Q, but
you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but that's in the development stages. We only seen him a few times. That's not to say that he don't have more battles than what we've seen on URL, but he's still figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? These atmospheres are different from city to city. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to get certain reactions for certain shit. I like how Don Marino tried to play to the crowd with the Go-Go Mickey shit. He tried to cater to the crowd. You know, me being from Baltimore, a little bit of that DC shit filters up north. You know what I'm saying? So I understand where he was trying to go with that. I'm kind of all over the place now. Like, all different pieces of the battle just popping in my head. Don Marino, you know, you was getting frustrated with the crowd, but you got to pay attention to shit like this. You got a reference about the accent through the door, like Jack Nicholson or some shit like that you said. You got to remember, bro, you catering to a crowd that's not from that era where that line hit. Not to mention, Rum Nitty had a whole thing about Jack Nicholson, The Shining, coming through the door. Like, he had a whole thing with that already. So it's like that little angle in itself has been used. So when you say it and then it don't hit like that, you got to remember niggas is like, some of the non-reaction is niggas going, wait a minute, I kind of already heard that before. I think I already, you know what I'm saying? So it's shit like that. Again, I gave the first round to Swamp. In the second round, I like the fact that, and this is where a lot of the critique's going to come in for Don Marino. Don, I like the fact that you tried to play the whole T-top angle. And you trying to say, like, he gained his fame off of T-top and the little back and forth they was having. That angle was kind of hitting to me, and you could have played off that a little more. I like that you know, the bear and the swamp habitat, you know, and all that other shit you was doing. That was working, but then you switched it up and you tried to later on the line play the whole don't play the black card thing. My nigga, that's the only card the nigga got to play. I also don't understand where you was going with the whole you letting white people walk around with the Confederate flag. You expect the nigga to be down there just head tapping white folks? My nigga, I'm a truck driver. I ride all through the South, or I have in the past, driven through Florida countless fucking times. It's a bunch of fucking Confederate flags in your state also. Maybe not in your neighborhood, but it's Confederate flags all through Florida also. It's a southern state. I don't get how you trying to make that a South Carolina only thing, but okay. It's like, I don't know. Here's the thing, bro. You have to be careful, and I heard you say this to Dree.
And sit back to see where I want to go from there, and just go back into the dojo, man, working with NWX, getting ready. And all.
You have to be careful with that, bro, and I'm going to tell you why. That whole angle you took with the T-top angle, that was some veteran shit. You think about it, and you know, K-Shine did the whole, the DNA, Professor Shine angle, where they take your name or take something that they think they can make tangible and make a play off of it. You got K-Shine taking the fake Jordans that Rum Nitty had and making a whole play off that angle. The way you did that whole thing played off of a swamp and a bear and all that. You tried to set that up. That was some real vet shit. So me watching this shit long enough to know, it's like, did they give you that fucking angle, bro? Did they help you set that shit up? I'm not trying to steal from you. I'm trying to tell you that in your development, you got to watch how certain shit plays out, because it's going to look away. For example, and I hate to put this out there also, a lot of what you was doing in the third round, you sound like DNA and K-Shine, my nigga. I started hearing a whole lot of fucking back-to-back chain punching.
My dude, pimping the stress. I grabbed the Mac. Toy fresh out the box. It's action-packed. Little baby, Cabbage Patch, Savage Cats, the Drake singing. Back to back, I creep up a swamp. Like I'm trying to watch in his natural habitat. Matter of fact, I raised the stock on his property. Check the mortgage. After the results they run, more repoverage.
And it's like, okay, is this what you about to start doing? Because it sounds real DNA-ish to me. Not saying he wrote it. I'm saying the way you tried to do it, it sounded DNA-ish to me. In the first round, you had your punches, but they was drawn out. You was setting them up. You just cut the whole setup out, and you know, a lot in that third, and started doing a bunch of chain punching, and it started having me like, better watch what you're doing here. You better be careful. So it's like, I like Don Marino, but it's as good as it is to be a member of NWX and have them in your corner. I think you still need to focus on just being you and just take the advice of how to be better on stage, not take their format and start doing what they doing to try to use it in your favor. I don't think that that's smart. I see you doing it. I don't think it's smart. Swamp, back to you. In the second round is where you kind of turned it up. Doing a lot of different things as far as, and this is what we talk about with newness. You're not hearing niggas talk about, oh, the creek on their floor, where you at in their house and shit, and making the stallion these. And I'm not saying it's super duper creative, but what I am saying is that it's different. It's original. I'm comparing that in contrast to shit like Don Marino still saying shit like, you know, your moms might have gave you up, but you still getting raised by the single pops. How many fucking single pops bars you think we heard before in this culture? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to stay original. You have to maintain your creativity. And like I said in the beginning, this is why I say shit like this is what hurts you. You battling Geechee Gotti, you got to use your best material to win a battle like that. And when you turn around and battle Swamp on a stage that people like myself and others are going to actually watch, they're going to actually tune in when they hit the app, and you're going to get a lot more views than what you did watching battling Geechee Gotti. People going to hear your shit sound a little watered down, and you didn't take him as serious as we would think that you probably did take Geechee Gotti. Now, I haven't watched that battle. I'm sure at some point I'm going to get to it, but I got to guess that you took Geechee a lot more serious than you did Swamp. So, you just gotta be careful. Y'all niggas up and coming. It's a tricky slope, man. I like the fact that Swamp is a fan favorite, and it's deserved. Don Marino is trying to spin the whole, like I said earlier, he's trying to spin the whole niggas only fuck with you because of your country grammar, and that's the only reason you hot and her, that type of shit. I get it, that's cool. But I really think that the nigga just have a different type of presence. His demeanor hasn't changed. I'll beat the shit out you. I'll fuck you up. I'll pistol whip you. I'll whatever street mentality this nigga got. Whipping the pot, all that type of shit, letting it dry into the ceiling fan, all that shit this nigga be talking. Woo! Some of the shit the nigga be saying, it's a little different, man. That whole no Sean Marino.
I say that's no problem with me though. But if you thinking I won't have a bulldog barking at the old Bronco, you don't know Sean Marino. This motherfucker.
If you're not a sports fan, you don't know the fact that the nigga was a Georgia Bulldog, and then he was a Denver Bronco and shit like that. Swamp need to focus a lot more on that level of writing, that type of content. I'm not saying it all got to be sports bars. What I'm saying is, in your development, your go-to move should be the fact that you do have a dope pen. We would like to see that a lot more. We already know you can be grimy, you can be gritty. That sells itself because that's just the type of nigga you are. But the fact that you can let that pen release also pause for the niggas that feel that's necessary. You got to go in that angle too. As far as the third round is concerned, this whole Confederate flag and comparing the Mexican life to the black life, bruh, that's not gonna sell, bruh. That's not gonna work. And I'm listening to it, and it's just not hitting the way you think it's gonna hit. It's not landing. Swamp, in some regards, was rebuttaling that with some of his content that he was using in the third. Clearly it wasn't designed, but it just so happened to work out that way. Swamp was rebuttaling it, but then he got to a point where, in my book, he choked. It's cool that he brought it back. It's cool that he, was able to run it back and pick it back up. But in my book, that's a choke. Sorry. So I didn't really give him the third round. Now, I'm sure some people did. I'm not going to say that it's far-fetched to think that some people did. I'm sure they did because he was able to bring it back. But in my book, he choked. And basing it off, if you going by the way I do shit, I could see niggas saying Don won. The first round was close. The third round, he choked in my book. So to me, you talking about 2-1 either way. But me personally, I still just feel like the nigga that was more believable, the nigga that gave me that feel with the delivery of his content, it was Swamp for me. I'm not gonna front. I fuck with the getting tied to the trunk shit that Don Marino had. I think that might have been the first real ball where I was like, ooh, that one hit. And that was in the third round. It just felt like it took a while for him to really heat up. You cannot focus your energy on the fact that the crowd is not fucking with you. And you can't be forgetful enough that you not remembering you mic'd up, my nigga. We can hear everything you saying.
Bah, bah, caught his kinfolk joking. Now you see Paige everywhere. Who left the window open? Stop. This crowd.
So you being frustrated on camera is us also listening to you being frustrated and getting irritated with the fact that you putting that energy into that shit. That's throwing niggas off. I'm thrown off hearing you be frustrated with it. Just spit your shit. One thing about Swamp in this battle, if you paying attention, when shit don't land, the nigga not like, y'all niggas, y'all wildin', y'all sleep. He just rapping his shit. They don't fuck with it, they don't fuck with it. On to the next bar. And as battle rap bloggers, we've been saying this to battle rappers for years now. Just rap through your shit. Give us the content. Eventually some shit'll catch fire and we will fuck with it. Again, while I'm saying shit'll catch fire, Don Marino, that rapid pace, trying to deliver shit back to back, that's NWX. We can hear it in your material. You have to be careful with that shit, bro. You see how easy it is for niggas. Everybody thinks that everything fire twerk is influenced it now. So you don't think we gonna be able to pick up on this NWX shit? Don't fall for that shit, my nigga. That's really all I got, man. Just a critique of the shit you gotta look for, the shit I did like, the shit I didn't like. Again, I think Don Marino is one of the doper young up-and-coming MCs, but the criticism is not going to be always favorable. Swamp got some shit to work on too. He just has the fans in his back pocket right now, and when the love start to go away and the more and more we see him and you start to see the chinks in the armor, his criticism will get a lot more harsh and a lot more stern. There's not a level of favoritism. But this was another decent battle for the both of them. They could put a feather in their cap on this one. It was a good showing from both. At the end of the day, I don't think it was a stock rise moment for both of them. But again, Don Marino, I gotta say this, bruh. If you don't battle Geechee Gotti and you level out the content you wrote for Swamp and for Geechee and just dump it all in this one battle, you might have been able to smoke this nigga in 3 rounds and make a name even bigger off of this nigga. Instead, you had a debatable battle where a lot of people got him 3-0 according to the app. I don't know that, like they said on Champion, you can't take off for the choke, whereas I'm sure some people would. He did it towards the end of that third. So, it changes shit. But you should have had a clear win off of a nigga that you got more battles than. And that's not the case. That's not what happened. So, salute to both of y'all niggas, man. This is my wrap-up, man. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm not going to say who I'm recapping next, but some more up and coming niggas, man. We gonna break down what we seeing, what I do and don't like, and keep the shit going like that, man. I'm gonna leave y'all niggas the same way I always do. I respect the culture. I advise you niggas to do the same. Hey, yo, Posey! Been a long time, my nigga. Take us home.
Please don't unplug the game.